Welcome back, friends. You made it. I made it. Here we are at episode 5, Yo-Yo Diet, Ma. Thanks for listening to the last week's episode. Bit of an emotional one, that one. I felt like I was a bit compelled to say my piece about the whole thing that went on last week. But we can move on now. Summer's almost over. I love it. Murders are down this year. Why is that? It's because when people get hot, they get pissed off. I love fall. Fall is my favorite season. It's the prettiest. You can wear comfortable clothing. And it's just before that really cold winter comes and you have to beg your landlord to turn the heat up. That's my reality. Oh boy, it's time for that weekly weight recap. Now you're probably thinking, he must be down. Oh, Matt, please tell me you didn't gain weight again. I am down. I am 213.2 pounds. I was 213.4 pounds last week. So I'm losing at a rate of 0.2 of a pound a week, which means I'll hit my goal of 178 pounds weight sometime around 2050. I think that's probably how long this podcast is going to go. Sometime around 2050. We'll all be in rocking chairs. It'll be great. You know, thank God I'm not training anymore. I mean, if I did, my motto would have to be don't do as I do as I say. That would be like on my business card. Because, man, 0.2 of a pound, that is really sad. That is some sad shit right there. But you know what? Every week I'm trying to find, you investigate what's holding you back. Why was that I was doing that? I went to spend time with the guest on the show on this episode, and I got fed food like a king. I felt like Henry VIII. If they had served wine, I probably would have left with gout. But it was delicious, and I ate tons. Maybe I would have lost a little bit more than 0.2 of a pound, but hey, at least I didn't go up. I was sure I was going to go up. But to speed up this process, try to get back to losing a pound to a pound and a half a week, I'm going to cut back on one of the things that I find is a major calorie accumulator, which is alcohol. I am Irish, yes. And you'd better believe that alcohol runs in my blood, but I'm not at like an alcoholic level, but it definitely leads me to add on a lot of calories if I'm going out drinking at night. One of my favorite drinks is a rye and Diet Coke. It's just, of the mixed drinks, it's my favorite thing. It's not too sweet. It's nice. But they hit you around 90 to 100 calories. That's quite a bit when you're hammering down, 5 or 6 of them. That's 500 to 700 calories average on a hardcore drinking night. That adds up when you're eating a bunch of food during the day too. So I'm going to make the switch to vodka soda. I think it's the healthiest alcohol for you calorie-wise. It'll drop me down to around 65 calories a drink. And then here's the thing, I'm not drinking that dreaded pop. Everyone's talking about the pop and the aspartame and all that nasty stuff. My goal is to break from drinking too much though, and just have a couple of drinks. And then if I have to resort to taking the edge off in a non-caloric way, I'll find a way. I'll find that way. So I think it will be interesting. If I stick to this, I'll probably start losing a lot more weight. I'm almost certain of it. As Alex said at the end of episode 1, sounds like all your problems are with alcohol. It's true. Well, on this week's episode, I've got comedian director Billy Housh. He's one of the stars of the YouTube show Pedar va Pesar, that is Farsi for father and son. Him and his dad have done 5 seasons of their show. It's hilarious. They get thousands and thousands of hits. Billy's a very funny, smart guy. I've known him a long time. One of my closest friends. I'll post a link on podcastfatboy.com so you can check out Pedar va Pesar. And as well, make sure you turn the closed captioning on because they do slip in and out of Farsi at times. So to really understand what's going on, especially even sometimes they use it just because his dad has a very strong English accent, not British, like, you know what I mean. So in the episode, Billy opens up about his weight fluctuations over the years. He's gone up, he's gone down. He's used some methods that were healthy. He's used other extremely dangerous methods that we don't recommend here at the show. But overall, we have a good time, and I think you're gonna love it. So enjoy the show. Episode 5, Yo Diet Ma.
Who's a fat boy?
Podcast Fat Boy.
Oh no, this is the blue mic. This is good. Do you
Yeah.
want, yeah. I don't know. The Shure mic, I checked it. It's $110 mic. It's a Shure SM58.
That's about the same. I'm sure the quality is pretty good. Once your leg there, you're gonna be.
Is that making sound?
Yeah.
I'm getting flappy.
Yeah.
Is that
Try and relax a little bit. The one constant flap throughout the entire episode.
Can you hear that flappy leg?
I could hear it creaking a little bit, yeah, because it's an old bed. That's right.
For the ladies and gentlemen at home, my leg is just like shiver. It's just flapping up and down like a fucking what is it, like a propeller or something like that. It's just going off.
Yeah, you could tie a balloon to him and he'd float around.
Yeah. So that's happening right now. Oh, my hands are getting all sweaty.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's all right. If you don't know who this is already, this is a comedian, director. He is the star of Pedar Va Pesar and Bargain Bin. Couple of different shows on YouTube there. Get lots of hits. Billy Housh is on the show today.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody out there. Oh, yeah.
Billy Housh. Billy Housh.
Whoa.
Wow, that is quite an intro.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Amazing.
You see, I chose rap for you because I know that you're a big fan of rap.
Yeah, I enjoy the hip hop, yes.
And
yes.
you're pretty intense with you're not just waiting for the next Eminem joint to come out. Like you're listening to the mixtapes. You're getting.
I got an ear. I put my head down to the streets and I gotta listen. What these beats are coming down.
Is there any rap artists that you listen to at whatever time over the years where you're like, this guy's gonna be a hit?
No, not really. I think I hate them all. I hate them all equally. No, I don't. It's really hard because it's just the same cycle of like, after you listen to hip hop enough, I'm sure you see the same thing in like hockey or whatever. Everyone's in a pool. The same in the comedy. It's a pool. That generation, it's always the same cycle. There's always the same stories of one going this way, one going that way. So like we all like watching something.
Has the rap game changed to you? Like I don't see a difference from so much as like the 2000s on so much. I feel like it hasn't been as big a transition as when it was, going from the 80s rap, which was like kind of cheesy and.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to people, like everyone making rap now are the suburban kids that came up with the gangster rap. So it's everyone. Now hip hop is for everyone. So it's different. It's just like, like talk about rock and roll. Like what is rock right now?
Yeah.
How can you describe it? It's past mainstream.
Yeah.
That it's just music now.
Yeah.
Hip hop is just music.
It's all unified.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
everybody goes to the M. Everybody wants to go to the Grammys, right?
Yeah, everyone wants to be on stage.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of the checklist. It's a little checklist in your Evernote, right? You gotta keep what want to get a Grammy, get an Oscar, get a Tony Award. What else do you need? What are the other Genies, Junos? What do you need? What do you got? What do you need? What do you got?
I'm glad that wasn't. Yeah, like that's how people go crazy is when you aspire to conquer that many fields. That's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy that some have.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, some people, they just have to keep themselves busy. Otherwise, they'll get in trouble, right? So they have to keep focused on something that is like utterly unattainable, but it just keeps them going. Do you listen
to rap music when you work out?
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be like 180 beats up or something like that per minute.
Keeps you going.
Keeps me going. Keeps the heart rate up, right? You just need that.
You don't have anything that you
thump.
I still have I have like a 2001 playlist that I've like never deleted, and I use it for when I'm doing crunches
Nice.
and abs, because like you need that. You need to listen to Fight Club or Fight Music by D12. Remember D12?
Wow. Yeah, man. No, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
They're all dead?
No, I don't know. I think one of them got shot in Detroit.
That
Detroit,
was
right?
like the one he was
D12.
close with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eminem, that is. Marshall Mathers.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Chocolate? You got some
Eminem.
chocolate?
His good friends call him Chocolate. Yo, Chocolate!
Oh,
Yo,
man.
Chocolate! White chocolate! Yo! Fucking M&Ms, man.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
I need to have a cool down song sometimes. I'll put on something a little bit softer, especially for stretching. You can't stretch to rap.
No.
That's a little crazy.
No.
You probably just turn it off there.
Yeah, I turn it off, and usually you're at the gym, and you're just getting whatever the top 10, top 40, whatever radio stuff. And that's fine. Like whatever. It is what it is, and it does its job.
Yeah.
I don't know what Katy Perry's saying. I don't know what she's saying, but whatever. I'm just pulling my legs and just getting warmed up.
Well, Billy, when I set out to do this podcast, to lose the weight, I feel like you yourself were at a point where you were over 200 pounds, and you were kind of going through the same thing where like you wanted to drop weight, and you actually did. Can you tell us like how much did you drop? How much were you? You were like 205 or something? What were you?
I think the heaviest was 216 or 217
Wow,
pounds.
that's my max too. 216.
Yeah.
I hit that a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. This must have been in just before college, right when I finished high school. I was just like really, and I'm 5'11", just for folks to.
He's 5'11".
Yeah,
just under 6.
Just under 6.
I'm 5'11" too, and it's just it's a different type of respect when you're in the 6 foot.
Yeah. And it was even worse because I always had slouched. I had bad, terrible posture. Terrible posture.
Because you were on the computers a lot, or was something that was in school too? You were a sloucher.
Yeah. I can go into a sad story. Do you want to bum everyone out?
Well, you know what? Here,
is it time to bum everyone out?
No.
Is this fucking? Are we gonna get into the?
Is it really sad?
You know what? It's a sad time right now. You know, and I know on the last one you spoke about I don't know. We should.
You go ahead. Yeah.
I don't know. You already acknowledge Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Yeah. It's still very fresh.
It's still like it's the struggle that like all of us go through, and a lot of us that even struggled with weight, and like just.
The majority of people struggle with weight. Weight is the big one that puts you into a hole. You know, because it's really easy to get a weight problem. You know, for most people. There's some people that have several tapeworms floating around in their intestines that keep them thin. But for the most part, once you get into your late 20s and you stop exercising and just start to eat a little shitty, maybe not that much different than when you were younger, it's going to change your body.
Yeah.
Your body said, fuck it. I've been trying to process this shit. I've been helping you out for years, and I can't do it anymore. So you're going to gain some weight. Stretch out a little bit. Yeah,
and I mean, like, I can also see it's like one of the most easiest coping mechanisms for people. Like we call that, what was that? Like they say, like, what's it? Soul food and all this stuff. Like we just like eating a lot of carbohydrates or just like heavy, greasy food, and it makes you feel better for like a moment or whatever. Yeah. So like I can see how people just
for
get
a moment,
sucked into that.
But then after, you really just have to pay attention to how you feel after. Like, we went out for dinner last night. I had a pizza, and I thought I could handle heat. Every once in a while, I get to a place where I think I can handle hot peppers or something. And when you order pizza out, you're getting like a small pizza. You're getting like a whole plate of pizza.
Like a little thin crust
and
pizza.
Yeah, I was warned that it was too spicy.
Yeah.
and it was a little bit beyond comfort. I mean, I didn't get indigestion or anything from it, but the next day I am paying for it a bit. It's day. If I feel like it's day 7 in Mexico right now, on my 3-star hotel. That's what it was like. I remember when I went to Mexico actually, and we stayed in a hotel. I don't like. They always say you stay in a 5-star hotel if you're worried about contamination or anything like that. It wasn't a dirty place. It was a beautiful place, but for probably the ice or something, and by the end of the week, you're just it's running.
Yeah, man, I seriously, I don't understand. Like, I don't want to say anything bad against Mexico or whatever, but I've been in the airport I was going to Peru, and I was just in the airport, and I bought a Coke, and I drank that Coke, and then I got so sick.
From a Coke?
Yeah.
Was it fountain pop or from a bottle?
No, it was from a bottle and was sealed. But it just happened to be that 1 hour that I was in Mexico. I don't know if you can
blame Mexico for it, though.
I blame it on Mexico. I just blame it on Mexico. I just think whatever my stomach, whenever I gotta just fucking have a sloppy that's what bidets are for.
Yeah. Well, speaking of gaining weight, so sorry, what did you do to lose the weight? What did you get down to? You were sitting around 215, 216.
Well, right after, during my high school days, right after that, I was, you're young, you're stupid, and this was before the whole YOLO thing. I was getting ready to go to college and go study, chase my dream of becoming a comedian, right? Start their path.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you know what? I grow up watching movies and stuff that I wanna do, and most of those dudes are in shape. Except there's always the fat guy, right?
Yeah.
The fat funny guy.
I feel like if you can't be, it depends what you want to do in comedy, but you don't see a lot of guys that are in seriously good shape. They might be lean, there's a lot of lean guys, but to be someone that's oh, that guy really takes care of himself. You can tell he's.
Well, no. Well, you're thinking as a kid, looking at what was during the 90s, comedians during the 90s and 80s. They were all skinny because they were on crack.
Yeah, they're all on cocaine.
They're on crack and cocaine, and I didn't know that as a kid.
Yeah. I didn't. No one knew that they were all revved up.
I didn't know that you don't need to exercise. You can just smoke meth or shoot heroin or
become an
whatever.
addict.
Yeah, become an addict.
There's many ways that
really
you can
thin.
lose weight. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't want to do that because that seemed really stupid. But I wanted to do something even stupider.
Yeah.
And that was just simply stop eating.
Okay, so now you're talking about something you did in college called Project Anorexia.
Yeah, Project Anorexia. This was during, what is it, the early 2000s. Is it early 2000s?
It would have been early 2000s. And it, arguably it could have been called Project Fasting. Because it's not like you somehow injected yourself with this disease of anorexia, but you inherited the same diet as some anorexics might have.
Yeah.
Which is...
Yeah, where you know what? I tried to do my research back then. I went to the Eaton Center, in Toronto.
Yeah.
And I went to one of those GMC places or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was asking them, I was trying to look for some protein or some sort of thing that, how now you see there's some guy who made that Soylent Green, some slop.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of some protein drink I can make that that would give me the bare minimum to survive or whatever. And I explained to the GMC what I was trying to do, was the worker there. And they said, they immediately just told me that they used to be anorexic and what I'm doing is really, really insensitive and awful, and that I should not do that. It's not funny.
Wait, you went to GNC and talked to an employee there and told them that you were doing an anorexia diet?
Because I was trying to find a product or whatever.
So you came trying to, hey, I'm starving myself. What protein powder do you have that will keep me living?
Yeah, and she happened to be someone who was anorexic.
Oh
and
my God!
I'm like, wow, that was really, really traumatic. It was a traumatic experience.
Oh, that's heavy. But yeah, that's I never feel comfortable going in there asking them for advice ever, because I just feel like I feel like there's protein powder blowing in the air vents when you go into those stores. Like there's so much, and it's like such a weird presentation the way that they have all the stuff.
Yeah,
like
and you got to be a member or something.
you got to have you have to have a membership, and it's just I never feel like I'm buying enough when I go in there. And I bought a humongous bucket that it's probably gonna expire before I finish it all.
Well, man, those places are crazy. We had one in town here, and it was a privately owned one. And I'm not going to give too many details, but the person was selling other things out of out of there that were not exactly legal, and they got busted for that. And I wish I got in on that way early. Just joking. No, no, but like I don't understand. Like like I remember looking up HGH and finding on the internet ways to get HGH. From China, from chemical pharmaceutical manufacturers in China. But I don't like needles.
No.
And I don't think I can.
You don't want to Mickey Rourke out in the change room.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I thought that's kind of a dumb idea. Even though I heard celebrities use that kind of stuff it's like anti-aging. A lot of celebrities get HGH injected. I think like fucking
anti-aging.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I think I know Joe Rogan always talks about it. He talks about
he looks like someone.
Yeah, he always
been injected with a bunch of shit.
I think he's got like some lady. He goes some doctor. Some
give me the H.
Yeah,
give me the H.
Just injects him with hormones.
Oh, he rages out.
Yeah.
UFC.
He's got to smoke a lot of weed to tone it down, just to relax, so he just doesn't fucking.
You just got to find your upper. You got to find your downer, right?
Yeah,
that's
You gotta coffee in the morning, coffee it all up. Oh, hockey or whatever. Gotta watch. Just drink some beers.
So you, going back to what I was originally asking you was what you've done recently in the last year, but with Project Anorexia, did you lose? It was like a month or something you did.
Yeah, I think when I started that, I think I was like at 206.
Yeah.
And I dropped down to like 176 or 173.
In a month?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's way too much to lose.
Yeah, and that was the same time where my hair started falling out.
Really? Do you think that it might
coming out?
Did it accelerate it at all?
I think
because apparently that is a condition of anorexia. Your hair can fall out.
Yeah. So I think that did accelerate that, but I also I bleached my hair because I wanted to be the real Slim Shady, right? I wanted to be the real Slim Shady, and I bleached my hair, and it kind of left the bleach in for too long. And I remember like my scalp just burning and then flaking off.
And that was
that's probably not good. That's probably not good. And so I was like 20, I think, when my hair just like one day was like I find clumps of my hair on a pillow.
When was the last time you had a haircut? Like went into a barber. Do you ever go in to get a shave? Because you, for those who don't know, Billy has a bicked head right down. And I can't imagine if you all of a sudden they came out with something to make everyone's hair grow back.
No, they do. They have that stuff.
Would you take it?
They can take like a lot of people are like, yo, you got a lot of hair because I got a lot of hair all over my body.
Yeah, yes.
So there's like I can easily get hair like transplanted onto my head, no problem. But I don't think like because I've been living this lifestyle, this bald shaved lifestyle for so long that I don't even think I can like.
You got a good shape of head though too, like. You don't have a pinhead or anything like.
Yeah, I like it. I like my head. I like my skull.
You've got a good skull for having a shaved head.
Thank you.
You do. Like I feel like if I were in your shoes and they came out with that wonder drug that Larry David's the first to do it probably. Watch him. Then I feel like you'd be like, "Fuck, man, do I even want him?"
I don't know. Like,
it's so long. It's been a part of your life.
Yeah, and I like feeling my head, man. It's so nice, shiny. It's like
So it only last the anorexia stuff that you tried.
Well, yeah, it was stupid and it was crazy, and I'm like, what the fuck? And anyone that I told, like anyone who I said like what I was doing, they're like, you're insane. What are you doing? And I'm like, well, I think it'd be really ironic if they got me on CNN and it'd be like a statement for something. I haven't thought of it yet. I thought it'd be a quick way of getting on TV or something like that.
Yeah.
It was fucking horrible. I was just whatever. That was one of my dumb things doing as a kid, but it did work that live journal blog that I was writing
so
about.
it was all part of a blog.
A lot of people were reading it back then. Back then, where like people don't give a shit about the internet. Back
like
then.
I feel like you may have been, as soon as blogs came out, you were like, "Oh, I'll start one up immediately."
Yeah. No, I've always been using. That's the thing about living up in the middle of nowhere in Canada, Ontario, nowhere is. Yeah. Internet was a lifeline to information out there.
That's true.
Because I live in the when you live in the Ozarks, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, we're coming live from Grimsby, Ontario right now. I took the show on the road once again. I've been all over this country.
Oh, yeah, Grimsby, welcome to Grimsby.
It's
Beach.
Great here.
Grimsby Beach, man.
It is a lovely little town. And you've got a lovely it's directly across the lake from the CN Tower. Mm-hmm. So if you need some perspective about where you are in the world,
look over. Just look over. That's how I know.
Yeah.
That's how I just use a paddle boat to get to Toronto.
Oh,
paddle
wow.
across. No, I don't.
I've heard about there was like a father and son who got lost in Lake Ontario or something.
That was us. Yeah, that was
you and your dad in the paddle boat.
Yeah, we had to drink our own urine.
So
just the morning pee.
Oh God, just the morning pee, nice and acidic.
Yeah,
start the day. That's your coffee, right?
Yeah,
you need it.
Yeah, wakes me up.
You like a dark roast.
Yeah, wakes me up and lets me go.
Jeez. Cut to say 10 years later. 11 years later, and you gained a bit of weight, and then you lost it. Now, you didn't starve yourself. You did it
I did it the right way. Yeah.
So how'd you do it now? How'd you get down? What are you at now?
What am I doing now? Okay, no, I started, I was like, okay, man, I got to watch what I'm eating.
Yeah.
I need to watch the calories, make sure I'm eating more protein than the carbohydrates and having to balance, everything. Basically just fucking doing the right thing, right? And exercising every day, being consistent.
What did you drop down to? Didn't you get to 150 or something?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that is...
Yeah. Recently, I think the lowest I got to was 160. 160. But now I think I'm around 170, something like that, 173.
Which is healthy for our height. If you do go on a BMI calculator on the internet, which is a body mass index, right? It's a very old, shitty way of telling if you're overweight or not. I hate it. But I put in I went in 200. Okay, obviously overweight. I kept going down. 190 overweight. 180 overweight. It was 173. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, maybe you can explain to me my buddy Craig, he got me for my birthday one of those Tanitas.
Yeah.
Tanitas or whatever.
Tanitas.
Do you know it well, whatever. I think it doesn't matter what name brand it is, but it's one of those things that I don't know what it uses, but it can figure out what percentage body fat you are and what percentage water you are.
Okay. Oh yeah. I've got one of those in my scale actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things.
Yeah. So
checking my percentage of body fat, which
sends
really
a volt
matters.
through your body or something like that,
yeah,
right?
it just electrocutes.
Yeah.
It just kills. Just instant kill.
I don't understand how it works and how you don't feel anything, and it's reading your. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I don't know how it works either, but it has good Amazon
tells you if you're
ratings.
drinking enough water, and
reviews are I don't know. Go ahead, but I was hoping you would explain it to me, but you didn't.
Oh, that I would know about that.
Yeah, I guess I'll just look it up on Wikipedia.
Yeah. As you told me years ago, just Google it. Anytime I have a question, Google it. It's awful. Sometimes I ask someone. I'll even ask any friend, just being they'll put something on my, send me a link to some information, and I'll ask a question about it. Just a simple one.
Yeah,
it's
man.
just Google it.
Just Google it, man.
Don't ask me.
What's wrong with you?
Why do we even talk to each other anymore?
Just Google it, man.
Just turn the show into a solo thing. Ugh, man. But a big reason why we gain weight, especially when your metabolism slows right down, I mean, it's all about caloric intake, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you really start to notice how much...
What you put in, you got to put out, right?
Yeah.
You got to, you just see it as fuel, see it as that. And what started making it easy, our generation, and I'm sure all the younger generation, is you're used to video games and numbers and stats and XP points and shit like that. Just download one of those apps for your phone that you're sitting on the couch all the time using.
Which brings us to the next segment, appetizer time.
Ooh, appetizer.
Oh my god, is it Space Invader? Is this a space shooter in my head?
That is the segment. As I'm glad that you went there to talk about apps that will help you.
Oh, I went there.
One that is very important that I haven't talked it on any of the shows, which is pretty much the first one I think I started with. It's called MyFitnessPal. It's a free app, and what it does is it enables you to count your calories, to show how much you're eating, and it's very specific, and it has a huge catalog for food. Like, you can just search for what you're eating, and usually it'll find it and show you how much fat and calories and stuff. And if not, you can input it yourself. I think you can scan barcodes too. It's really helpful. Yeah. And so what I would encourage about that is to get the app. Don't use it for the first week, but write down in your iNote or whatever the hell it is, everyone know everything that you eat. Just like how big it is and what it is. Do it for a week and label it in days, and then input it into it and see how many calories you're eating without thinking. Yeah. And then it's like, whoa, it'll blow your mind, and then you can use the app to keep track of your calories, and it'll tell you like, oh, you're this much weight and you want to get to this weight, then you can't have more than this approximate amount of calories a day. So it's really, really helpful. Have you used MyFitnessPal?
Yeah. I first started using Lose It, which was another one similar to that. But then I realized that MyFitnessPal was around longer, and their catalog had all like Canadian products and stuff like that in it. So then I switched to that, and then it was so easy. Like, it's so easy to find any food. And track how much calories you're inputting, so you know how much to like exercise in that day if you want to like balance it out. Well, regardless, for me, I would just stick to some routine to keep it consistent each day. But that MyFitnessPal helped me so much. Yeah. And then after using it for a couple of months, it's like training wheels. Then you just know how much food you need, and you feel full. Yeah. And you just know, you can gauge how much calories everything is. And you just see food and eating everything in a different way.
So you give it 2 thumbs up?
I give it 2 thumbs up.
That's your appetizer, folks.
Oh man, this gets me every time.
Oh man. You talked about pretty much your 20s in your fitness. Did you do anything when you were a kid? Did you do any sports?
No, man.
Like that?
I did no sports at all. Nothing. No, my parents didn't put me in sports or nothing. It's because it's the whole fucking thing. Everyone's from a broken home with like divorced parents and shit like that. Daddy wasn't there to tie my skates. He wasn't there to tie my skates. I had to sit back at the school. Everyone went to the ice rink. They went to the Peach King Arena, and I was there with the fucking old broken Commodore 64. So what did I do? I just figured out how to fix that thing and play Beetlejuice on that fucking Commodore while everyone was there having the Canadian experience, learning how to skate so they can play hockey, and I wasn't part of that, so I couldn't blah 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 blah.
So video games are your sports.
That's why, I play video games. I read Mad Magazine. I stayed home and I listened to music, hip hop, or I listened to Green Day, Offspring.
And then all of a sudden, when you thought, okay, I'm never going to be able to do any kind of activity other than working out, Nintendo comes out with a Wii, and all of a sudden, video games have meshed and became physical.
No, give me a fucking break. That was to just like justify kids to sell it to their parents. It was like, look, this will make me thinner. Let's get the Kinects. Let's get the Wii U, whatever. No one does that. No one does that.
I bought my girlfriend Wii Fit.
Yeah.
And like, I think I got the board from a friend or something, and like, I think we tried it one day, and all of a sudden it's like,
you feel like an idiot. You feel like an idiot.
I feel like the best thing on the Wii that I ever played that was like tiring is when you do the sword fighting in one of their the Wii Sports app. The sword fighting, when you start to get up in levels, it's like really tiring.
or the boxing.
Boxing,
If
yeah.
you don't know how to play the game properly, and you're just like slamming it back and forth or whatever, the boxing that can get your heart rate going.
Well, you've got a Wii U. Have they continued with that? I haven't played it at all. Is it they're just
dropped
like
it
fuck it?
all. Yeah,
Yeah.
that motion controls or whatever. No one gives
No, no.
That was just stupid, just like 3D and all that bullshit. No one. That's just whatever. We got you guys to buy stuff again.
It's on the shelf with the Sega Saturn.
Yeah. Well, no, the Sega Saturn had some good games. Sega just was bad management, man. They had good games. I don't know what they were thinking. They just don't know how to adapt.
Yeah.
Anyways, don't get me into gaming politics and about the fucking industry, talking about all that bullshit. And then watching an industry that I'm not even really part of, and I'm just yelling about it.
Well, you know what? It sounds like you need to go for a walk. You need to play some games. You need to eat some bad food. Where can you do that? Where's the one place where all this exists? That would be the CNE. It is officially opened now downtown last 2 weeks of the summer to commemorate the end of the summer. And that brings us to our next segment, Carney Crap.
Carney crap.
Oh my god.
Carney Crap.
These are awesome, man.
What is Carney Crap? Well, every year the CNA,
It's the CNA.
the CNE gets. I feel like they get a lot of press about the shit food they have there. And like last year, there was this big fiasco with the cronut, which is like this croissant donut thing
It's a
with
Croatian
bacon
donut.
sauce on it and all this like bacon mayonnaise, and everyone got sick. Like they had to like shut down the.
Well, what did they think? Did they not see the sign? Did they not see like what does that even look like? I hope that's on the blog page.
It just looks like it looks like a bloated croissant with a bunch of crap on it, and it's like 1 billion calories and. Like people drive in from the GTA, they drive in from Grimsby to eat a cronut, and then they're like shitting their pants the whole way home.
Oh man, it's
Stopping in Winona on the way.
there's always shit like that though. There's always like the Krispy Kreme when Krispy Kreme donuts came and they were selling them at the movie theater. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Everyone's going nuts.
Oh yeah, when Krispy Kreme came out and everyone like had a little microwave beside them you gotta warm it up.
Yeah.
And I remember lineups down the street at this Krispy Kreme near where I lived growing up, and it was like in a mall parking lot, and like it was going like around the mall parking lot, the line. People were waiting hours to get these stupid donuts. And then once it came out, it's like, oh, well, one donut is like as many calories as a Big Mac.
Yeah.
And then
it
it
was like,
stopped and they all went under. Like there's only a couple left now that are like little specialty shops in the city.
It was like, why did you guys think it was like a like no? But then
It's a donut.
Yeah.
Donuts, like we should know better. We're Canadian. We should know that they're bad.
Yeah.
They're fried dough.
What is that? Is that a breakfast? Like at Tim
some people.
Hortons, did the people?
It comes with it. Well, people get their breakfast sandwich and they get their donut and a coffee. That's like their combo. And a hash brown, a little tiny hash
I
brown.
always saw that growing up, and I was like, I can't even imagine. Like, it's hard for me to eat breakfast in the morning. My stomach just feels kind of not ready. So, like, seeing people eating a donut for breakfast, I can't even imagine holding that into my stomach for too long.
Yeah.
Until I have to, I don't know.
Well, can you also be honest with everyone and let them know that you suffer from IBS?
Yeah, well, yeah. I thought that was just I thought that was just assumed. If you're wondering why I'm talking about my bowels so much and just all that stuff, it's just I have irritable
bowel syndrome.
Yeah, and it just sucks.
I want
to
let's test yours out here. Just talking about, I've got a list from the Torontoist.com about the new things to check out this year at the CNE. Some of the carnival crap. It's part of the segment here. So I'm going to go through a little list here and talk about them. The first one is cocoa-infused fried chicken. Cocoa-infused fried chicken. It's jammed with cocoa at every opportunity. Cocoa marinade, cocoa coating, cocoa seasoning, and then it's served with a cup of chocolate ketchup for dunking.
chocolate
ketchup. Yeah.
Chocolate. So think of a chocolate-covered tomato with a bunch of salt.
Apparently, it tastes like barbecue sauce, and they recommend just having it without it. And apparently, it's pretty good.
Well, it sounds like that. You know what was that shrimp that's made with coconut? What's
Yeah.
that? That's I forget. It has a weird name. Or something.
Coco Bongo.
Yeah,
I can't-
Bingo Bongo.
Bingo Bongo shrimp.
But
I'll get the Bingo Bongo shrimp, please.
But usually coconut is dangerous. Right?
Coconut?
Isn't that?
Oh, yeah, like if you drink coconut water, it's like a laxative, isn't it?
Coconut water's good, but I heard like coconut isn't.
Maybe
that
it's
like,
coconut milk that's like a laxative.
Yeah, one of those
One of
is.
those.
Yeah, and it's got electrolytes or something.
Yeah.
Like that. No, yeah,
That's
a
how
lot of
Tom
people-
Hanks stayed alive, right?
That's
Fish and coconuts.
oh, that's how it
Castaway. On
I just
Castaway. Not in
man,
Hollywood.
Oh, I thought in reality that's how he
He
survived.
started his career on an
He
island
just kept
trying to
taking-
deliver a FedEx package. It's actually the story of his life.
All his movies are real, right? That's
Yeah.
how, like in Big, that's how he got older. He
He
did that and became a movie
Accelerate.
star.
He had to accelerate because,
Yeah.
he's really Justin Bieber's age.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing, man. That's what I'm telling you, man. I really wanted to try that HGH.
Let me tell you about another thing that you can eat there at the CNE.
Mm-hmm.
Chunky Elvis grilled cheese. Chunky Elvis grilled cheese.
So that's how.
Oh, mama. Hey, Bubba. Hey, Bubba.
Is that's how Elvis died?
Yeah, he ate a grilled cheese sandwich with bacon, peanut butter, and banana. And apparently this is alleged that this was his meal of choice. So he would eat a grilled cheese sandwich with bacon, peanut butter, and banana.
Fuck,
That was
man.
Mama, here I am. That's all I ever like doing of any impression of Elvis. Hey, Mama, here I am, Mama.
You ain't nothing more around. He's fucking Elvis. So that seems disrespectful.
Yeah.
Almost. That seems really like morbid and
Yeah,
disrespectful.
here's him when he was like at his most diseased.
Yeah. Here you go. Fuck. You
On
wanna,
pills and
you
drugs
Wanna,
and-
You want to die like a rock star?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh, Mama.
Mama.
Oh, this next food is actually this one is, I think, tapped into what's very popular right now, which is sriracha. Sriracha.
Yeah.
Everyone's got the rooster sauce,
Rooster
right?
juice.
And-
You squeeze a rooster, that comes out. If you squeeze a rooster too long, that's what
Oh,
comes
it's sriracha.
out. Yeah.
That's where sriracha comes from.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's in LA where they make it. That's what everyone's complaining about. Just them squeezing this hot sauce out of roosters
the
and the
sound.
smell. Yeah, it's just gee, they're all crowing. Oh God. Well, at the old CNE, if you want to go to the X, you can get yourself a spicy peanut butter sriracha roll. Spicy peanut butter, another peanut butter thing. It's sort of like a deep fried spring roll, heavy on the spice and strong on the peanut flavor. If you want to just drop a little hot tomato, it's like the top of Thai food. It sounds like with the peanuts and the hot.
Yeah.
right?
Like a pad thai type of
Yeah,
thing,
because
dude.
that's what I want to eat when I'm at a carnival. That's the last thing I want to eat when I'm at a theme park.
And then use a porta potty.
Yeah, it's all part of the experience.
Oh God.
Oh, and now this next one talks to you. You're an avid coffee drinker.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? Maybe this is a nice treat for you. This will probably make you sick. Butter coffee.
No. I was at a bachelor party and some guy kept telling me about this stuff. Yeah, you make hot coffee and then you take 2 things of butter and you just put it in the coffee and mix it or some shit like that.
It's just
like
butter and
curds
it's
of-
just using butter instead of milk.
I don't know what it sounds like a bad idea health wise, and I wouldn't do it. But
Yeah.
I'm also curious. So this
Yeah,
kind
it's
of stuff
essentially
is-
it's the same thing as cream in a sense, right? Like butter. It's
Yeah.
all from the same shit.
yeah. So it sounds like something that would taste good that I would try once at a carnival. That's okay carnival junk for me.
Yeah,
I would try
so
that.
you're gonna go with the butter coffee.
Yeah, butter coffee. Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm there at the CNE. I want to stay awake. I want that coffee and all that butter or something. I don't know what it'll do to me. Maybe it'll make it harder for my heart to beat. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's not a good idea. But yeah, I would try that.
I'll go through 2 more things.
Okay.
2 more things. One is a Thanksgiving waffle, which is everything you'd think. Thanksgiving dinner on a waffle. And the other one is a crowbar. This is the last one on the list. A crowbar is a croissant with got a full chocolate bar baked inside. And then it has a little tiny like square on the outside to let you know what chocolate's inside, to let you know what bar you're eating in your croissant. And that is what they're serving at the X this year. And that is a bunch of carnival crap.
Carney crab.
Wraps up the carney crab segment. You're definitely not gonna feel too good after eating that stuff. I do recommend if you do feel like you want to have some of that, just try and do one. Don't split it throughout your day. I usually when I went to the X as a kid, I'd get a candy apple. That was like the main thing that I ever got, and I don't like candy very much. I don't like stuff stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, it sticks to your teeth, and
I don't like that at all. The X, I mean, did you ever go to the X when you were a kid? Did you ever take the train in or anything like that?
No, and I like that. That's why, like, I thought you were leading into that. We talking about video games. I remember being a kid and going to the X, and the Sega was there, and
they had like a Sega tent or something like that.
Yeah, and I got to play that Jurassic Park game before it came out, like at the Sega thing, and I thought the X was awesome. And I remember those little donuts, those little white powdered donuts.
Oh, Tiny Toms.
Tiny Toms on the conveyor belt. That would
those
go
are
around.
good. Those are
love
good.
those at the X. That was my favorite.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That was my favorite carny crap at the X. If I went there just out of nostalgia, I don't care how many calories it is.
Yeah.
I'm out at the exhibition.
Oh, that smell
I want
it too.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Tiny Tom.
Tiny Tom.
Tiny Tom.
Tiny Tom donuts. Yeah.
Shout out to Tiny Tom.
Like I used to like going there as a kid, and they would have every year they would do a different country that they would feature.
Yeah.
And they like stopped doing that because they just throw everything into one building now, and it's just like it's like a huge farmers market full of, or like it's like a flea market for every country. Every country. Yeah, everybody gets their own flea market. So yeah, that would be actually something to see. Like every country does an authentic flea market, and it's just like when you were in Peru, and there's people calling you, whistling at you in the ghetto.
They call me Pelon. Pelon means like baldy. So I was like walking around in like the ghettos,
Peru.
in Lima and stuff like that. And everyone's like, "Hey, Pelon, Pelon."
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, why are we jumping from the exhibition? The exhibition.
Well, sorry, I got off track with I got off track with the flea market idea, and I just immediately thought of
alpacas.
But yeah, I remember the year Japan actually that I went, and thought I was like really experiencing the country at 8 years old. All I needed to see. It was all I needed. I wonder why. Like now, I never think about going to Japan other than like there's a bunch of crazy shit going on there, and it scares me. But maybe I had my fill. You obviously didn't. You've been back many times. You lived there for years.
Yeah. I chased that like rabbit hole.
Did you notice anything like because Japanese people are known to be a lot healthier and not have as many cancer deaths from food choices and stuff, right? Maybe from
and
radiation,
they smoke a lot, man.
Yeah.
They smoke like everyone there smokes cigarettes and chain smokes and smokes their cigars and and they're all around like electronics and radiation and stuff like that. But you just drink tons of green tea. Drink green tea.
Eat fresh fish,
fresh rice, everything fresh from the land, and simple food, not processed, not cooked too much, just cooked on gas, and then you poop it out. And everyone's on their bicycles going back and forth, and like you can walk places, and you don't have to sit in your car and drive somewhere to sit in front of another computer and work and stuff like that. It's just because of the environment, they are able to live long and prosper.
Yeah.
It's the USS.
There's more pressure on them to live a healthier life, maybe too, because there's so many people in such a small space.
Yeah, but not anymore. Shit, everyone. It's just like here, no one's having kids anymore, so they're having, and they don't let immigration much like people into that country, so no one's having kids, and like shit's dire over there, man. But no, exactly. That's how you have to adapt to living with all these people, and it's a different perspective on life and shit. Opened my eyes. It's changed. It made me look back on North America and be like, wow, we're different. We're really weird.
Yeah, especially like coming back and seeing all these pudgy, red-faced, plush people.
And just realizing what a sedentary lifestyle we all live here.
Yeah,
because like the land is so big. And everything is so far apart from each other, and we're just all sitting inside like boxes and other boxes and don't go outside.
Yeah.
Here we have like a full on winter and stuff.
Yeah.
Where, like I get the winter blues. I've got the seasonal. What is it called?
Sad disorder. Yeah.
Yeah,
Seasonal affect disorder, something like that. Yeah. Take your vitamin D.
Oh, apparently there's like super vitamin D. There's like the 50,000 units of some osteo D vitamin D that you can get injected by a doctor or whatever, and that's supposed to be the best one. That's the HGH. That's the Joe Rogan that you need.
Yeah,
and I need. I feel like I'm getting ready for a wrestling match or something.
I'm trying to amp you up for a wrestle, which actually brings us, as we're flying over Japan right now and saying our piece about the wonderful people of Japan, we are heading to your homeland just across the bay. If you couldn't tell from Billy's very white accent, he comes from quite the Iranian background. Both parents immigrated here. And I looked up to see, it was like, I wonder what is the ancient Iranian. There's a lot of history in that country. So they got to have some ancient shit they used to do for exercise and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm here to talk to you about that. This is some ancient, this is the ancient music. Now.
Oh, what is this the Quran?
It's called.
Are we gonna get
Palavani Zurkhana? Is that how you say it?
Zurkhune means powerhouse.
Yeah.
Zur means power, strength.
So what it is, it's a traditional Iranian system of athletics, originally used to train warriors.
Wow.
This is what they trained their army with. And it combined martial arts, calisthenics, strength training, and music. Now, calisthenics is just like doing rhythmatic stuff like sit-ups. Sit-ups is calisthenics.
Okay, yeah.
Stuff like that, right?
All those 8-minute workouts, are those calisthenics?
Yeah. Actually, this is the guy who introduced me to the 8-minute workouts in episode 1. If you remember me talking about them, he introduced them to me, and
that's how
great.
I first got in shape, was just following those every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
You can still hear. There you go. Just want to make sure the music's still playing in the background. More talking about the ancient Iranian Zurkhone. It's like pretty much played in. They would do it in an octagon, like UFC that you would see, and that's what's called the Zurkhone, which is like
the ring or the room that they use. Yeah, I didn't know about this. Like Matt is teaching me this stuff. I didn't even know, and it blew my mind that how much that has influenced stuff in wrestling and UFC to the point of UFC and the octagon. It's awesome. It's awesome.
So you got to hear some really traditional stuff from their ceremonies, their rituals that they do.
Yeah.
And they have these big, like, they look like humongous bats, and they're called meals.
Yeah, meal.
Yeah, meal.
Yeah.
And they have meals, and they're
they look like huge clubs, basically. Big, like, Neanderthal clubs. Like Fred Flintstone's baseball bat would be one of those things. And they're heavy, man.
Yeah, they look really heavy. And I saw in one of the videos that, like, they have all different kinds. It's like going and buying any type of, like, hockey stick. There's just, like, a bunch of different sizes and types and all this stuff, and they're all, like, labeled. Like, there's people that make these. There's companies in Iran that, like, probably have... it's a business.
It was so hard for us to find one, like an authentic one, and we wanted to make a video with my dad. So my dad just got a chunk of wood and carved his own meal. We have it. We still have it in the garage. Yeah, he carved it. You can see in one of those videos, the video that we did about the powerhouse.
I'm going to post that to our my site so you can see that one.
Yeah, I'm just shamelessly plugging myself right now.
No, you got to plug, man.
And then like this one, you can see the one that he carved out himself, and it was quite impressive seeing my old man. It's because it's so like off balanced. I think that's what. Twirling one of those things around really works all the muscles in your
oh my
arm.
God, yeah. Like I feel like it's just like in any sense like doing a P90X, so all that shit they do in front of the TV, or they're just running, all you're really doing is just like
Yeah.
getting flappy,
Yeah.
flappy, and doing it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's just you just
Yeah,
have to
just
do
move,
something.
just move, just start
do
moving.
something. You just get up and do something. It doesn't matter what. There's no right way or wrong way. Everything is just someone trying to mind fuck you and get you into doing something. Like you're just motivating. Some people, okay, they need to like pay some money, like a penalty to themselves.
Yeah.
They pay it to like a personal trainer or some sort of workout or whatever. So that motivates them to do it because you're like, well, I'm paying so much and I'm a cheap ass or whatever. So they'll do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or you just have to figure out, like figure out the way you can motivate yourself to do stuff. I didn't have sports, so I just had to exercise. I love music. I love hip hop and whatever. So whenever I want to listen to music, I exercise. So I just attach that joy of music with exercising.
Yeah.
And just find a way to make it so you like doing something that you kind of don't like doing at first, but then you'll learn to love doing.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's my Tony Robbins spiel for you right now. There you go, guys. Enjoy.
Which pretty much brings us to the end of the show, Bill.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Wow, time flies.
It just flies.
So fun doing this. Man.
I'd like to ask everyone to check out Pedar Va Pesar on YouTube. You can look up Billy Housh if that's easier for you. They've got 5 seasons right now. They get thousands of hits. It's a hilarious show. Him and his dad doing some comedy bits, and it's great. And as well, I'll be doing a bargain bin, a couple of shows with him as well, which I will post everything, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, man, thanks for doing the show.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. God bless everyone. Hallelujah.
Thanks, everybody. Check it out on podcastfatboy.com. Subscribe on iTunes. Check out the episode blog on my website. Thanks for listening. Bye.